Hello YouTube, Mr. Shiny Time back again for another video. I want to address a couple topics in this video. First thing I wanted to address, and I've probably spoken on this before, but it seems as if I was surfing the internet today, and you know, when you surf the internet, it's easy to get distracted and sidetracked from thing to thing to thing. You know, I was filling out some job applications and looking into my career path after I graduated from college, and I came across a few articles, and one thing led to another. I started reading, and somehow I came upon this TV show titled Girls. It's some show on HBO, I suppose. I don't watch TV, honestly. The only time I turn my TV on is when I'm playing Modern Warfare 3, when I'm shooting people in the face online. That's the only time I turn my TV on. Other times I'm either on the internet or some other bullshit. But anyway, so this show was it's called Girls, and I've never even seen it. I've never even heard of it till today. But there's a whole bunch of people, talking about it's too racially homogenous for a story set in New York City. A very diverse city. I think you could find members from every single country on this planet in New York City if you looked hard enough. New York City is probably one of the most diverse cities in the world. And people are complaining that there's no minorities in the show, especially, the people who want to see African Americans in there, blah blah blah, So that's what I want to address. I get sick and tired of hearing black people complaining about why white people won't put them in their movies, in their shows, give them a larger role in media, in whatever form of media you choose to digest. I get sick and tired of hearing that complaint. Why won't you include us? Or why won't you put us in your shows? Why won't you put us in your movies? There are by census estimates, there are about 40 to 50 million black people in this country, depending on how you want to define black. There's anywhere between 40 and 50 million black people in America. African Americans are the richest African peoples on this entire planet. That is a fact. African Americans have a higher quality of life, more money, more leisure time than any other African peoples on the entire planet. Think about that one for a second and digest that one. How does that relate to what I just said before? There is no reason why we can't have our own TV networks. There is no reason why we can't have our own TV shows. There is no reason why we can't have our own movies, our own media, our own movie theaters that cater to the African American experience. There's no reason why that can't happen. Why isn't it happening? African American, we spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year. Maybe not hundreds of billions. Maybe it's hundreds of billions. Maybe it is that much. We spend that much money a year. It's in the billions of dollars. I don't know how much, but we spend a lot. We are a huge consumer sector in this country. And we choose to spend our money on bullshit. And turn around and complain why other people aren't including us in their party. There's plenty of money in the black community. Plenty of money. There's plenty of resources and finances to start your own movie studios. You might not, you're not going to start making $250 million movies like Avengers or whatever. What was that other one? Fucking Avatar. You might not start off making movies with budgets that big. But you can put out movies here and there. Small budgets, a few $100,000, $1 million or $2, $3 million. You can make a decent movie for that kind of money. and try to drum up support for these movies in the black community. But see, that's the problem right there. And I've been watching a couple videos on here on YouTube that have made this point, is that people are just too lazy to get out there and do it. They're too lazy to put in the legwork, to put in the effort needed to get these things off the ground. Now, I was watching this video by Dr. Umar Johnson. And I got to put the title in there to show respect where respect is due. Well, Dr. Umar Johnson, he made this video, and he was talking about how people are not free. Black people are not free because there's no black grocery stores, no black airplanes, no black owned anything in this country of economic significance. You own a few barbershops and a few liquor stores and a few hair salons, but that's just not economically significant. This is what I just don't understand. We are constantly complaining about trying to get into some other people's party. We have all the money we need to create our own damn party. We have all the money we need to create television shows that show black people and show the African American experience. From your perspective, you can control that. You have the resources there. That's something we need to work on out here. Stop complaining and trying to get into everybody else's shit. Make your own. What do you think they did? Make your own. And we have the money, we have the power to do it. We just don't. Another thing I wanted to address is related to this whole trying to get in other people's parties. How you spend your money. How you spend your money. Where's the black banks? The black owned banks? The black hedge funds? There is no reason whatsoever why a couple wealthy people can't pool their money together and open up an investment bank or a commercial bank and start making moves, get people hired. We have hundreds of athletes who are worth millions of dollars. Hundreds of them in the NBA, in the NFL, baseball, that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Combined, they're probably worth billions. We have a lot of African Americans in the top 1% of earners in this country. Most of them are athletes and musicians, true, but money is money. Green is green. I don't understand why these people at the top would rather blow their money on bullshit like strippers, fancy cars, clothes, the boys from the hood, all this bullshit, rather than hiring a couple finance majors out of one of the HBCUs. Hire them, pay them a decent salary, and get them on investigating investments, investigating on how to build a business model, some kind of research firm. Guys making $6-7 million a year. What's 60 grand to some finance major, some accounting major, some business major to look into business propositions? What's 60 grand a year to somebody to do that for you? Pooling your resources and setting up a bank where you can open up a bank in a black neighborhood where people can come and deposit their money. You could take that money and invest it, and you can help build up the community. You can invest back in the community. You can provide jobs, and people's money is not like it's in danger. Your money is insured by the FDIC. But no, we'd rather deposit our money at all the other mainstream banks. Nobody's trying. It's not that hard. It's expensive, it's tedious, but you got to do the legwork eventually if you want to prosper. These guys have the money, they have the resources, they have the funds, they can do it. And you get one person, you get a few people, a few millionaires together, and you open up a bank or something like that. It's been done. It can be done. I wish I had money like that. I'm working on it. Maybe I'll get there, maybe I won't. But I'm working on that. get up to the top. Because when you have the power, then you can employ your own people and you can stop complaining about other people not letting you in the party. If white people want to make all the shows on television with no black people, that would be just as good for me. I don't give a fuck if there's no black people on television. Maybe then that will force us to, if we want to be represented, if you want to eat, then you get out there and you make your own show. And maybe then we can finally control the images that are put out. You know, back a long time ago, during World War II, there were all kinds of African American newspapers. All kinds. Because African Americans were sick and tired of the biased media and the type of false information that was put out there. And a lot of black people during that time pulled some money together, pulled some resources together, and created a newspaper. They didn't have that many, subscribers. I don't even know if they called them subscribers back then. But they didn't have that many customers. But they still got the black voice out there. They were still heard. And that's what needs to be done today. There's a lot of money in Africa. Don't let these people lie to you. There is a lot of money in Africa. Africa has a booming economy. But you don't even think about Africa. All you think about is starving children in Somalia or something. There's plenty of wealthy people in Africa that can get black businesses going. Huge untapped resources. This is what we need to freaking focus on. Not Jesus. Not the Bible. The Bible isn't going to get you anywhere. Start reading books about finance, investment. Start reading African American history and learn about people a long time ago who made this kind of stuff happen. This is what we need to be teaching the next generation in schools. This video is getting long, but thanks for listening.